Hi guys, welcome back to the channel and welcome back to another amazing video. As you see by the title today, we are discussing all things home. At the beginning of the year, I like to discuss with you guys what my plans are throughout the year, so that way you have something to look forward to here on my channel. Now you guys know I love all things home. I love all things home organization. I love all things home styling, and I also love the affordability of things when it comes to home. We all want nice luxury quality products, but I make sure I find a way to strategically meet that line in the middle where you're not paying a top dollar for something and you don't have to pay top dollar for an item to get the bang for your buck. So that's what we are doing here today. Now in today's video, I 100% will need your help because I need you to jot down for me in the comments. So if you normally watch this on TV, thank you so much. Now pull out your little phone, because I know you got it beside you. Pull out your phone so that way you can comment and say, yes, let's do this immediately. And when you're doing this, XYZ, because what happens is that allows me to be even more creative for you. I will always say it. I know I put it in the description box and sometimes in my comments that I am of service to you. I absolutely am. Whatever you need, I am here for. So guys, without further ado, we're not going to waste any time. This is just going to be a quick little informative video of what we are here and things to expect on 2026. So starting off immediately strong, you guys know Monday through Friday I do post on the community tab, just posting out of refreshers what we discussed the prior weekend, or maybe even some things that are to come. But I also posted on my community tab some things that you guys may like to see, from bedroom organization, bathroom organization, kitchen organization, bathroom linen closet organization, even when it comes to spring styling. And the responses were incredibly great. This year we're diving deeply into some bathroom organization. Now you guys have had the opportunity in the last few weeks to kind of see me touch up some spaces, but that was just my bathroom, okay? But when it comes to the kids' bathroom and a spare bathroom, you want to be able to have that organized and organized perfectly. And I want to be able to execute it in a way that you can enjoy it, because even some primary bathrooms, en suites, aren't as the same size as mine. It's just maybe a standard size bathroom. And I have two other standard size bathrooms that we are going to take care of this year when it comes to organization and also styling. Now, moving right along, let's talk about some kitchen organization. Now, you guys have seen some incredibly great kitchen organization, from pots and pan holders to even when it comes to the pantry labels and canisters. Now, this year, I do want to go back into that space and create a little bit more, because we kind of took some time off from that space, because the things that I've had in my pantry, I've shared before, 5, 6, 7 years. So I kind of want to take them out and do something completely different in that space. Now, as we dissect that space and organize that, I want you to be able to get some tips and counters when it comes to decorating and styling a space that you use consistently. Most of us are in our kitchen spaces at all times, and sometimes multiple times a day, multiple times a week. So I want to be able to dissect that space. I've shared before that my kitchen, and as you guys know, is more of like a galley style kitchen. So I literally only have like 2 uppers and about 4 lower cabinets and 2 drawers. So for me, from what I am used to, that is a very small space, and being able to meticulously and craft a small space in the most perfect way, sometimes it takes a strategy, it takes an expertise, and that is 100% why I am here. Now, as I've said before, I have been in the 3,000 square foot place. I have been in the 1,000 square foot apartment, 900 square foot apartment. I have also been here in the 1,500 square foot townhome. Each of those spaces are completely different. So being able to know what works and doesn't work, it's just strategy. It's all it takes. So because my space can look different from yours when it comes to layout, that doesn't mean that the strategy still cannot be implemented and your space can't look just as great, because it can. This space, this bedroom, I absolutely love it, and you guys love it too. And honestly, this is not a big space, but maximizing the space was the most important thing and will continue to be the most important thing we do. Now, as we move away from like the kitchen organization as well as the bathroom styling and organization, because we want our spaces to be very nice and clean and put together, especially not just for us, but when we do actually have guests come over, I want to be able to go more into styling, okay, and making sure I touch the intricate details when it comes to styling. For example, yes, I know I love to talk about how making sure your curtains are floor to ceiling when you are installing them. I want you guys to see the installation process, if that makes sense. I want to take a step back and I'd always show you the finished product, because typically I kind of just do the work and then tell you what I did and then kind of go behind it and show you. But now I want you to be along and a part of the process when I am doing things. So as we install curtains in our living room and pull our living room more together, I want you guys to be in on that process and see how I pull those spaces together and how something so insignificant becomes so significant for a space. You don't understand how something like curtains definitely changes the dynamics of your space. So we're gonna go more into me being on the back end so you guys can actually see the work getting put in. Like, I know you know the work is being done because the work is crafted well, but I want you to see the work also getting put in. So that also means my husband being on camera just a little bit more. He's very shy, but he's not shy. So you can see him actually being able to orchestrate some of these things for me. Now, he's been around me and been doing this with me for years at this point, so he kind of knows pretty much like how I like things. But for the meantime, in between time, until we get to that point, again, you guys let me know in the comments. I want to go into like showing you guys when I go into shopping home stores, whether that's Home Goods or even some of the smaller stores, whether that be Ross or Target or TJ Maxx, even some of the smaller stores, how I like to shop when it comes to home decor. I don't buy everything. Everything sometimes look good. Everything looks good in store sometimes, but when you come home, it doesn't always translate like that. So I think it's more important to focus on a particular space. Now, I'm telling you that, but I don't always do that, because I can see something incredibly gorgeous that's for my bedroom or my bathroom or my hallway, and then I'm supposed to just be focusing on the living room, or I'm supposed to just be focusing on the kitchen. I don't want to say that I can do that, because my mind can see multiple things when it comes to the spaces. But if you know for a fact that you can't see something, or you can't quite understand something, focus primarily on one particular space at a time and then move on to the next. It's also going to save you money as well, because I've made the mistake of not focusing on one particular area, and then I am just holding on to things till I get to the new area, and then by the time I get there, it's like I don't even like this anymore, or I'm not as in love with it. So focus on the matter at hand. Focus directly what's in front of you. Focus on your particular space. Now, I will share this, and if you don't know, you can send me a message on Instagram. Hey, I'm in XYZ and I'm thinking about purchasing this. I am in no way, shape, or form against you sending me anything like that. Send it to me. Ask me questions. I've had people also send me pictures of their living room. What do you think? What do you think is best for the space? If you're renting, I'm always going to give you renter-friendly options, and I'm always going to ask you, are you renting or are you owning? Because there are certain things you can and can't do in each particular space. I mean, well, owning, essentially you can do what you want, but when you're renting, you don't always have the flexibility to do what homeowners do. So I always ask that question as just to get that out the way at the beginning, because I don't want to recommend you going to buy a $25 can of paint and things of that sort, and you cannot do that. Okay, I am of service to you. I am here to assist you. I am here to help you. Don't think that I cannot be in a space where we can converse and I can share knowledge and expertise. Tell me what you like. Tell me your colors of what you like. Tell me the style of what you like, and I can help you. Even though I love the minimalistic, the modern, the luxury, the toned down things, that doesn't mean that somebody else couldn't be gaudy when it comes to their decor and it doesn't look tastefully done. I have an eye for it, and I want to be able to share my eyes and share my knowledge, and that way you guys can know it can still be done in the desire that you want it to be done in. Now, in the past year in fall, I took you guys shopping with me, and I went around searching for either 2 twin beds or either bunk beds for our children. And a long story short, let's get into some mom content. Let's get into some of the things when it comes to home decor and styling for moms. I really haven't touched bases on that on my channel, but I really want to get into it. Like, I really heavily want to get into it. Now, if I'm gonna be honest, and I'm gonna be 100% transparent with you, and I just have to be, this isn't my ideal space to get into that type of content, because your girl like to go all out. Okay, I really do enjoy making a kid's space and place enjoyable, but because this isn't my particular place for that, that doesn't mean that I take away that experience from our children. So that's why I want to get into creating a space that is loving and enjoyable for them. And I want you to also understand that even as a mom, as a parent, sometimes we're not in the most ideal spaces, so we don't really nurture it and take care of it the way we desire. And I want everyone to get out of that. I want everyone to get out of the idea of thinking, once I have something better, I will take care of it then. And I had to pull myself out of that rut of understanding and knowing, no, you put the effort in, you put the work in. Now, even when it looks like and circumstances doesn't look like they are just going anywhere, so that way when you come out of that, when you go into something bigger, when you go into something better, when you have the space, you have the knowledge, you have the peace, and you're not overwhelmed when you're working in that space, because you already know what it took in a smaller scale. Obviously, a bigger scale is going to take more money, but you know how to maximize it, what to spend on, what not to spend on. You have done the basics, you've done the homework, you've laid your foundation in the best way possible. So that's what I definitely want to get into, and I want to be able to show you how you can create a space, a conjoined space, even for siblings, even for boy and girl at a younger age. So if it does not particularly suit you, maybe if you have siblings, or if you have younger adult children and they have smaller children and they're trying to figure out how to allow children to coexist, cohabitate in one space, it's me. Who else is there to ask? Who else is there to be able to give you that other than me? I want to be able to be honest. I want to be able to be realistic. I'm here for you when it comes to that space. If you follow me on TikTok, or if you don't even follow me on TikTok, even years ago when it came to like my daughter's space, well before we had our son, her space was just so thoughtfully and well curated, and I got spoiled because I enjoyed the size of that space. I enjoyed the size of that room for her. And so, not retrospectively thinking into the future, but of course we can't really see into the future. You don't know how things can change and how circumstances can change, and as they change, it's like, okay, I can't do what I did before, so how can I implement something just as good on a smaller scale, you know? So that's what we're going to do. We're going to get into the children's bathroom and the children's bedroom, and I want to be able to share as much as I can without oversharing, because kids are my sweet spot. My family is my sweet and my soft spot, so I want to be able to make sure that it is tastefully and thoughtfully done and curated for you, but I want to be realistic about it. And that's why I kind of took you guys along with me, so you guys can see what I'm particularly, or what I was particularly eyeing at the time to make a space well laid out for them. Now I want to finish off today's video talking about some of the things that we're going to touch up on before the end of the year commences, because you guys know as it gets towards the end of the year, you kind of go into fall and then immediately into kind of like holiday content, Christmas and things of that sort. So I don't really want to go that far down the road, because those things will come and those things will roll out in the best way possible. But between now and then, I still want to be able to top off spaces, which in particularly like my bedroom, like it's pretty much done. But I would actually love to add some type of formal painting or something like that in the background. I think that will look so good and touch this space off really well. And as seasons change, of course, bedding and things like that will get changed, so you will get to see that type of styling rolled around. Also, when it comes to like an entryway hallway styling, you guys will get to see more of that content. And even once again into my living room, you guys will get to see some really great styling there as we change over into spring and buy new colors and different type of small furniture. Let's just say that small furniture for the space, because we're good on coffee table, as you guys know, we're good on sectionals, as you guys know, but we still need curtains, so you guys will get to see those things get installed. We do need like a side table, so maybe you guys, not maybe, you guys are going to get to see me do some home shopping. And then you guys know I love to follow up with a haul, so that way whatever I found, if I can find a duplicate, if I can find some similar items, I can get them linked. So before we get to styling, you already know what to look forward to. Okay, well guys, that is it. I hope you enjoyed today's video. I enjoyed it. As always, in the comments, let's talk and converse about every single thing that we want to see this coming year. But that is it. Until next time, until next video, and which is next week, and throughout this week, I will see you guys later. Bye.